Give out meeting format. We will have candidates. Dipti Doshi will call candidates' names. We have drawn candidates' name, and they will be called in the order their names were drawn. So the candidates will come. They will give their 2 minutes message to community. We have Hemang Doshi. He will give you timekeeping. He will give timekeeping. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, he will raise the yellow flag, so candidate knows that he or she has 30 seconds left. And at the 2 minutes over, he will raise red flag. We will allow candidates to finish their sentence, but please respect the time. So at 2 minutes, please do not try to go beyond and keep continuing. We will also have some paper pens available for the members to write down questions. And the questions should be directed to each category of the positions, not to a specific candidate. So if you have a question to BOD members, BOD candidates, you just write down on the top of that piece of paper, it's for BOD, and then ask your question. If it is EC, write down EC on the top, ask your question, and same for the Jaina director. We will first finish the speeches of candidates, and after that the questions and response from the candidates will be there. The way the questions, we will sort the questions by these categories, and the question will be answered by a candidate. We will draw the name from each category's candidates, and the candidate will answer the question. And we will, due to the time limit, we will try to cover as many as questions we can. So probably we will have at least 5 questions from each of the position categories. And so with that, I like to turn it over to Dr. Dipti Doshi. She will call each candidate, and you can come to the microphone and give your speech. Dipti will read the names at first, and then she will call each one. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, just say the names in order so you know who is next.
Hello, Jaina. So we are going to go ahead and do the candidates for BOD position first, as Pramod Bhai told. Then we have candidates for EC position, and then we have the BODs for the Jaina director. Let me go ahead and announce the name for the position for BOD. First name we are going to have Yogesh Bhai Shah. Second name, going to go ahead and announce their speech is Dr. Ramesh Bhai Kothari. Then third one is Hitesh Bhai Seth. Fourth one is Mahesh Bhai Shah. And fifth one is Vipin Bhai Barecha. So that is the order what we are going to go with BOD position. With the EC positions, first name is Sharad Bhai Kapra. Then the second name is Ramesh Bhai Javeri. Third name is Ajay Bhai Shah. Fourth name is Sanjeev Bhai Jain. Fifth name is Anil Bhai Mehta. Sixth one, Vijay Bhai Shah. Seventh one, Jignesh Bhai Mehta. 8th, Padma Ben Shah. 9th, Bhavin Bhai Modi. 10th, Salil Bhai Dangi. And 11th, Ajay Bhai Khetani. So these are our EC position candidates. And we have now other candidates for the Jaina directors, BOD. First one, what we are going to have the speech from Dr. Jashwant Bhai Modi. Second one is from the Virendra Bhai Shah. Third one from Dr. Ramesh Bhai Kothari. Fourth one from Shushma Ben Parekh. Fifth one from Yogesh Bhai Shah. And last not but least, Ashok Bhai Savla. So this is the order. We are going to go ahead and go with all the speeches. And as Pramod Bhai said, that we will really respect everyone's time and we want to hear all the candidates, that what they have to say in front of community. And please take 1.5 minutes. That's we are going to have Hemang. He is going to go ahead and do the yellow signal, and then at the end, 2 minutes, we are going to have the red flag. So please finish your sentence and please respect everybody's time. So we can finish in timely manner, and we can also take all the questions what everyone wants to ask you guys. Thank you. So let's start with first BOD position, Yogesh Bhai Shah.
Jaina. My name is Yogesh Shah, as announced, and I am a founder member of Jain Center. We started in 1979. I worked with God's blessing, each and every committee from day one. I was first EC member, I was vice president, I was BOD, EDC, and in and out, but always there, serving our community. Part of our first inauguration, our building, acquiring all the lands that Jain Center has acquired, and I was part of that. I brokered all the lands so far. We have, Jain Center has it. I'm always with the community, and community always have supported in every aspect that we try to do here. I have good faith in our community. Every time someone asks me about fundraising, I say our community will come through all the time. Don't worry about the fund. Let's get the job. Let's get the project. That project never will stop because community is always there to help us. So my experience goes a long way. And as we all know, we have new expansion project coming up, and that's the reason I wanted to be in the BOD, to make sure we continue to do the best we can and finish our job in a very, very demandable from community wish list as we have. Thank you, and I hope you give me the opportunity to finish the job we have ahead of us, and we'll take care of it. Thank you very much.
Now we have Dr. Ramesh Bhai Kothari.
Jai Jinendra. I'm Ramesh Kothari and practicing dental field dentist for more than 40 years. And also I was professor for 5 years at Western University School of Dental Medicine. Have served outside from here so many dental associations as a committee member, as a board member. And here also I have served. सबसे पहले मैं एक बात बता दूं कि इस दरवाजे से अंदर जो भी आता है सेवा करने के लिए, वो सबके अंदर एक सर्वसामान्य बात होती है। सभी अपना दिल लगा के, मन जोड़ के और शरीर की, तन की पूरी ताकत से सेवा करते हैं। ये सर्वसामान्य। बाकी अगर बाहर जाओ तो दुनिया भर में कोई दो शख्स एक तरीके नहीं मिलेंगे, मगर ये गुण हम सब में सर्वसामान्य है और इसी हिसाब से मैं भी यहाँ पूरा तन मन और धन लगा के सेवा करने के लिए आया हूँ। आज तक जब से देरासर हमारा मंदिर शुरू हुआ, I have worked in a different EC committee and different volunteer work. I have worked for 2 terms, so around 4 years for EC committee for Jain Center, 2 terms for Anekant Community Center. I have also worked during the Pratishtha Mahotsav in a committee. I have also worked as a Bhakti Bhavana committee and also help in organizing or main person in organizing the health fair since 2005. Nevertheless, I always had worked as a volunteer every time wherever they ask me, wherever they need me. So, if I get a position or not, whether you vote for me or not, in any event, I'll keep working and I'll make sure that our Jain Center progress on a positive side. Thank you.
Now, we'll be calling Hitesh Bharseth.
Jai Jaina and Pranam to all the Sadhanik Bhai Beno and Badilo. My name is Hitesh Sheth. I have the pleasure of calling this Jain Center my second home. I have lived in this Fullerton area for the last 36 years, where we had our Gar Derasar in Fullerton, and a lot of our committee members have participated in a lot of activities of Pajushan, Diwali, and major religious days. During those religious days, they have come to our house and participated, and from that day onwards, I have been interested in Seva Bhav of people coming to our homes, and that's how all this Seva Bhav is coming in my inside, and I wanted to serve the community, and you send me all over Jain centers, and I'm trying to whatever I can do to do the Seva for the Jain Center. With the good grace, I had an opportunity to work in a lot of different committees during EC committees, pollution committees, maintenance committees, and a lot of other various committees have presented myself and gave my sevas to the Jain Center wherever needed. My goal is to bring integrity, teamwork, transparency, and discipline in our decision making in BOD, working under the guidelines of Jain Dharma, bylaws, and corporate governance. Second goal would be to bring policies and activities where we can attract our new generations towards believing in our Jain Dharma, Aradhana, and bringing true bhav when they are participating in our activities, and sense of belonging to Jain Center. આપણે જ્યારે સ્નાત્ર પૂજા બનાવે તો સવી જીવ શાસન રસી એ ભાવ ધરીને આપણા જે પણ બધા લોકો છે એને આપણે જૈન શાસનમાં લોકોને અંદર ડૂબોળી અને આપણે આગળ વધીએ. થેન્ક યુ.
Mahesh Vaishya.
Jai Jinendra, and thank you for giving an opportunity. I've been serving on EC committee for the last 4 years in different capacities. I've been food committee chairman, I've been managing the facility usage, security guards, security alarm systems, so I'm involved with a number of different activities. Having said that, I have gained the experience serving on the EC for the last 4 years. I'd like to use that experience, and with your support, I plan to be on the BOD and continue serving the community. One of the two great challenges we face as our center grows, one is preserving the Jain philosophy and Jain values. This one is extremely important. I would say that's #1 priority for us. Secondly, I think we have seen a gap between, I would say, my age people or our age people, most of us are in my age here, and the young adults. And there is a reason for that. I think one of the reasons is we, as old folks, we don't engage the young people as we should be. They need to voice to the community as how should we be shaping the future of the Jain Center. And we all know that. We have a flagship center. We are probably #1 in North America. We want to maintain that. Not only that, we want to grow further. And only when we can grow further, it will be through the young adults. Because we are here for not very long now, at least I can speak for myself. Unless we bring the young adults to help us grow the community and bridge the gap, that is my goal. Thank you very much.
Vipin by Valecha.
Jai Jinendra, and again for record, my name is Vipin Vadecha and running for Board of Director position. I have been active member of Jain Center since inception. During that time, I have the privileges of serving and participating in the following positions and activities. I was Jain Center Executive Committee member for 2 terms, Secretary, Public Relations Officer, Board of Director, and twice the Nomination Committee Chairperson. I have been Jain Center Jivda Committee lead since 2011. I helped start Jain Association of Young Adults and served as an advisor for many years. I love to work with the young adults. I have been helping almost every year during the health fair at our center. I was organizer for 3 J21 conventions and advisor for YJ convention in 2010. I was Anekant Community Center board member and also the nomination committee chairperson. I served as an executive committee member and election committee member for Jain Social Group. I initiated fundraising programs at our center for natural disasters and actively participated in fundraising programs for several earthquakes and tsunami disasters. I also actively participated in Purple Cow and fundraising programs for ACC. Next few years will be very important as we will be developing the church and post office properties. Our center is growing and has a lot more activities. I believe I will be able to contribute a lot due to my experiences. I will present my opinion and vote based on what is good for Jain Center. Since I am semi-retired, I have more time to devote now to the center. I am hoping that you will trust me to serve as board of director for the next term. Thank you very much.
Thank you all the BOD position candidates. Thanks a lot. And please, I'll be announcing now all the EC position candidates. Please let your names know, before you start. Introduce yourself, so that, everyone knows about it. So first candidate will be Sarabhai Kapra.
Again, everybody, and Sabthata Meche. My name is Sharad Kapra. We have been here for the last few years. Came from Detroit. To give a little bit of perspective about me, I've not have a non-for-profit experiences here, but I have a significant experiences running, major multi-billion corporations. I'm currently as a CFO for one of the big hospital organization also there. So I have a lot of experiences administratively running into there. I got at least 6 to 7 degrees and certifications from the US and here, from the administration to finance to business administration, so forth and so on. So I would like to bring that experiences, but beyond that, I just wanted to give you a little bit about me, whom am I. You may have seen me, with my young boy, coming in here for the Rasa every day. One thing which, really enjoyable in this organization here, there is, it's a multi-faith organization. And I wanted to bring and nurture that furthermore. I heard some folks here talking about, there's a gap between the young and the adults and the elders. And you may be seeing around here, so if you look around, there's not a single person of my age group who has got a kid who is coming in here. Because unfortunately, we have not been able to inculcate that kind of an experience there. So what is the differentiation I would be trying to inculcate if I, with your graces, may be able to join this humble and wonderful organization is, how can I make it more kid-centric? Making this division away from this artificial wall which we have. We have this main hall and then we have the Garbara. Now we have very limited kids going in that Garbara, so I will make sure to, with your grace, how can we bring, each and every kids which you have, Dadaji, Nanajis, Mamas, Buas, anybody, how can you drag that small kid from that bed or from that game to the temple if possible? That will be my main doing there. I will try to bring some kind of a tapovan kind of environment if possible, and that's what my main thing would be there. Thank you, and Jai Jaina.
Thank you, Saurabh Bhai. We'll call now Ramesh Bhai Javeri. Ramesh Bhai Javeri is not here.
Ramesh Bhai Javeri is in the East Coast. He has sent a message for the benefit of the community members. Dipti Ben will read this message. This is a message from Ramesh Bhai Javeri. Jai Jaina. This is exactly I am quoting. It says, "My name is Ramesh Javeri. I am excited to be a candidate for the upcoming executive committee election. Nisha and I are live members for over 30 years. I have served our Jain Center in the past as EC member, secretary, and also as vice president in 2008-2009. I am an active volunteer for the facility maintenance committee, gardening and landscaping, transportation and shuttle service, parking and security needs, etc. I am also actively involved to serve Jaina 2019 convention as facility committee chair. Over last 20 years, outside of EC positions, I was instrumental in forming subcommittees for maintenance, shuttle, transportation, dining, food management. I am retired and live in neighboring city of Cyprus. Please spend some time to evaluate contestants and pick those who can commit time and energy with heart, tan, man, and shakti. Remember, Jain Center is taking and facing a lot of new challenges, and so EC needs dedicated workers." And
now we'll call upon Ajay Bhai Shah.
Jai Jaina to all. I am current EC member. Little funny things, I am serving the EC last 3 years. Some people as a surprise. Actually, I do the seva for the Jain Center day first when I came in this country in 1998. But I was working backside of the stage, and finally, thanks to the committee, they choose me as a selective EC member 3 years ago. Very next year is elected by you guys. That means you trust me, and I believe in the future you trust me. I want to tell just one thing to every single people: please want it. That's the most important. Number 2, choose the right person. Choose the right person on the right place. Because we want to make this center not the universal. We want to make this center unique. And if you want to make the unique center, definitely every single people need to do the seva for this center. Doesn't matter they are EC member or not. BOD member or not, I request every single people do the seva with Tan Mandan and do the voting. Doesn't matter whatever you choose, but choose the people. Another things, we started a lot of new project, and you can see me. I'm not like a specialist in a particular place, but most of the place, whenever they need my seva, I'm always available. And Jaina, thanks.
Now we have Sanjeev Bhai Jain.
Jaina. My name is Sanjeev Jain, and I come from the background of very, very remote place of Haryana. Most of the people don't even hear. So, but the thing is, Haryana and Rohtak, we used to be very, very highly influenced by the Jain culture, and every single time we'll have the Sangho Munis and Sevikas, they come to our temple. We used to be the responsible people, young people at the time of 14, 15-year-old, running around making sure they get all the things what they want for all the munis all the time, 24/7. And I've been raised with that kind of culture and with that kind of influence. And what I want to do, because I have those kind of inspiration to always serve in the community, now at the point where I am in the capacity to serve over here in our Jain diaspora, I want to offer whatever I can best possible from my, you say, Tan Man Dhan, as much as possible. Given that I'm a rookie in front of all the dignitaries and all the senior members and fellow members, but certainly I will have a lot of things to learn. I will certainly make mistakes, but one thing I can assure you, once somebody tells me, I would rather learn from their experience rather than from my mistakes. So that's something I can assure you that. So I would really, really appreciate anything, any way you can support me to get in the committee. It's even not part of, even if I'm not in the committee, my commitment will not be anything less than what I will be doing in being the committee members. So that's something I can assure you. And major one point is, I agree with all the fellow members that we need to see more young people, and technically everybody's young. You need to be young by heart. But it needs to be, bring more rookies to train them so they can carry the flag more with them as much as far possible. Thank you.
Now we'll have Anil Bhai Mehta.
Hello, Jaina, everybody. My name is Anil Mehta, and I am doing jewelry business in downtown. And originally, I'm from Pink City, Jaipur, and I'm feeling great to be part of Jain Center. Jain Center gave me a lot to me and my family, and I have opportunity to serve as my best what I can do under the seniors or who have all the experience, and without any selfness or personal interest. Sincerely, I hope your love and support. Thank you, everyone. Sincerely, your Anil Mehta.
Thank you, Anil Bhai. Now we will call upon Vijay Bhai Shah.
Vijay Bhai Shah could not make it today, but he has not sent any message, so we will go to the next candidate.
Thank you. We'll call upon Jignesh Bhai Mehta.
Hello everybody, Jai Jinendra. I have to say my name is Jignesh Mehta, but in the center I'm actually a Slavak, like everybody else. So, that being said, what I've been here for, I moved here in 2009, and since then I'm looking at it that I don't see the young Jains are involved as much as they should. That being said, the Pathsala, after the Pathsala, that's my main goal. So until the Pathsala, they're coming good. But after the Pathsala, I want them to come back here, participate in all Jain activities, regardless of the committees, regardless of the activities. That includes Tan, Man and Dan. We need all kind of help from the young Jain. And I decided myself to recruit and engage at least 3 families who've been Jain and not coming to here, and they are having a belief in Jain to bring them here. Unless you don't bring them here, they don't gonna believe in Jainism. So you have to make sure that you fulfill your duties to bring them here. And that being said, how do I bring them here? With my experience in professional. I'm in management in a big corporation, CVS, and a management. I quit and I started my business. Then I have my couple business and also a preceptor and adjunct professor at the various universities where I'm actually creating and helping them a new future pharmacist. And with that experience, I can do the same job to help the Jain Center to create the future generation. Thank you, and Jai Jainendra.
We have some instruction from AET. Candidates, when you speak at the podium, try to keep your head straight because we are recording, so you are not covered by the microphone itself, so people can see you, okay?
Padma Ben Shah.
Help her out with the mic.
જય જિનેન્દ્ર એન્ડ પ્રણામ. ઇંગ્લિશમાં બોલવાનું પહેલી વાર છે મારા માટે, તો કંઈ પણ ભૂલ થાય તો વિચારવી. I am Padma Shah, my husband Rasi, and I have associated with Jain Center of Southern California since 1979. And I have been life member over 35 years. I have been fortunate to serve JCSE Mahavir Mahila Mandal President for 10 years. 2 years as Vice President, and I enjoy serving JCSE community. I have been Mahila Mandal member since its beginning at Jain Center. During my service in Mahila Mandal, I have arranged for pujas at Jain Center as well as private puja at members' homes. We have arranged annual picnic and trips to Phoenix Temple, San Francisco Temple, Las Vegas Temple, San Diego Temple, and Bakersfield Temple for puja. Over the years, I have participated in religious committee to arrange for religious activity and puja and preparation. I have also volunteered for Angil Oli, comes in 2 times a year for last 10 years, for food preparation and arrangements. So I am looking forward to serve JCSE as an executive committee member and looking for your consideration and support. Antma Jain Center is my home and Jain Sangh is my family, and I love to serve my family. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Padma ma'am. Now we are moving forward with Bhavin Bhai Modi.
Jai Jinendra everyone, my name is Bhavin Modi. I've been life member since 99. Sorry I'm late. I had texted Pramod Bhai, but I finally made it. So thanks to God. To run again for EC committee is an honor for me. It's another opportunity. I will work hard and support my current EC committee and the new committee, upcoming committee. I will work hard with Tan, Man and Dan. It will be also an honor and part of the new temple that It will be also an honor to be part of a new temple that we are going to build I will work hard and support to new committee to take our center to next level. Jai Jaina. Thank you.
The next is Salil Bhai Dangi.
Jai Jainendra, I'm so pleased to see all of you, my extended family. And I'm here to give you 3 reasons why I may not be fit for EC. Number 1, Gujarati avti nati. Number 2, if I move to EC, the time that I spend on other activities is going to go down. Number 3, every single candidate here is great. No matter who you give the responsibility, you cannot be wrong. We have been coming to center for more than 25 years. During these 25 years, with the bold steps taken by the BOD, great execution by EC, and with our volunteers, we have done great. This center has given us more than a little bit that we may have given to the center. So, I see we are doing great, but I also see a lot of small issues for which we have made 0 progress, and I'm going to give you 3 examples. Illegal car parking. Announcement, but no towing. Is that right? RSVP, excess food, or shortage sometime. We don't give preference to the people who do RSVP, who do their work. Is that right? Yes. And lastly, just one more item. EC meetings, BOD meetings. We do not publish meeting minutes. It's okay not to put it on a website, but we should have no reason to not put them on a bulletin board within the data set. So, our young generation wants Jain values, which we are giving them, but they want this center to be run with American way of doing things. Jai Jainendra.
Thank you. Now from our EC position, last candidate will be Ajay Bhai Khetani.
Jai Jainendra, everybody. My name is Ajay Khetani. My educational background is in engineering, and I have my master's in finance. I don't have experience like these people in Jain Center, but I have a vast experience outside Jain Center in our Indian community. I have been awarded Hind Ratna Award by Central Government of India for doing community service. I was invited on 26 January to attend the parade, and I'm currently in Lions Club treasurer. I have been president 3 times in Lions Club. I have been chairman of different organizations. I was appointed as a commissioner of City of Anaheim, and I have served there for 8 years as a chairman on a budget committee. So, since Jain Center is expanding rapidly, I thought that maybe some new ideas, new blood might help the community. My grandfather is very well known, Dullabji Kesavji Khetani, in Jain community in India, who has inaugurated Srimad Rajchandra Upasara in Ghatkopar. And he has written a lot of books on Jainism also, compilation, which I'm proud of. I hope you like to elect some new blood into this community so that we can bring different ideas. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajay Bhai. And we are like concluding for the EC positions candidates. Now let's go on moving forward for Jaina directors. We'll call upon Dr. Jaswantbhai Modi.
Jai Jinendra. I have still one more year to go as a president of this particular center, and I will be happy to work with any one of these candidates who comes into the new capacity, and I wish each and every one of you good luck. This is the first time that we have a Jaina Board of Director election that is offered to our community members, and thanks to the changes in our bylaws. My purpose of going into the Jaina would be threefold. Over and above whatever the functions Jaina is doing it, my main push would be, number one, to make all the Jain centers vegan, and I will do everything I can to see that all 70 centers in the United States becomes vegan. Number two, I would like to make an education a priority. Here in Los Angeles area, we have several endowed chairs professorship, and I would like to see that all across the United States. And number three, I want to make a Jainism word a mainstream in the US population. Right now, it is almost a footnote, or not even a footnote, because people don't know who you are. In my medical career, when I say who you are, I'm a Jain. What? So I have to explain that. And by doing various ways, I would like to see that the Jaina becomes very prominent, and in various measures make Jainism, Jain way of living, a mainstream, at least known to the US public. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jaswantbhai. I'll invite now Virendra Shah.
Jai Jinendra. First of all, congratulations to Sushma Parekh. First Jaina representative female representative from our Jain Center. We have never selected a female Jaina representative so far. Actually, we are overdue for president and we are overdue for vice president. We have never selected a vice president or president, a female one. So please, all the ladies, next year is the election year, so be ready for that thing. I'm not going to talk about me, but I'm going to tell you the reason I'm myself and other people are contesting for Jaina. Please do select Jaswantbhai. I have been a Jain Center president for 6 years, and I know how important it is for the president to be represented at the what other centers are doing, how better we can improve ourselves, where we lack. So if Jaswantbhai goes from here, this is a direct communication. Unfortunately, in my 6th year, I did not accomplish that. So please do vote for Jaswantbhai. You have heard all the candidates here, and believe me, every one of them is qualified. If they are qualified, the challenge is on you. How do you select them? They may be qualified, somebody would be qualified for doctor's job, but you're not going to give them a plumber's job, or vice versa. So do read what each candidate has to say to you. Maybe in this message, or they are going to send it out notes. I'm not going to talk about what I can do for you or what not. I don't want you to vote me. Anytime we vote from the heart. We select the person who is the dear to us rather than the most eligible for that position. So whenever you select for the Jain Center. Do not select for your own instinct. Thanks, Jai Jaina.
Thank you, Virendra Bhai. Now we'll call upon Dr. Ramesh Bhai Kothari.
Jai Jinendra, I'm Ramesh Kothari, and thank you Election Committee to give me second chance for the podium. I congratulate all of you, including all the candidates here and all the members of Jain Center, because the Jaina was started, originated, founded here. So give yourself a big round of applause, and then with that, right now, I think we have more than 35 centers in the Jaina as a member, and like everybody else said, that we want to work, and with my cross sections experience of outside also, I have worked for the international on the California Dental Association, on Indian Dental Association, on American Dental Association, as well as some other foundation also. So with that cross-section experience, I would like to step forward. Of course, I have nominated myself in both positions, so whichever way or whatever you think is right, and vote for me, or at least make sure you vote for any right person you think. And I just want to step up and bring the Jaina and the Jainism more popular and more in the Jain religion principle in the United States. Thank you very much, and Jai Jinendra.
Thank you, Ramesh Bhai. Now we are going to call upon Sushma Ben Parekh.
Jai Jinendra.
Push the mic down. Thank you.
Jai Jinendra. I'm Sushma Parekh. I've been working in aerospace engineering for last 38 years, working on flight control computers, and took on a lot of leadership and the management position, so I'm going to bring that experience here. And also, I'm immensely grateful to Tirthankar Bhagwan, spiritual gurus, and JCSC for providing me an opportunity to serve as Jaina Director. I feel truly honored and humbled for this opportunity. I sincerely appreciate and thank you all for your kind consideration and support. My husband and Dilip have been life members of JCSC for last 25 years. Since the Jain Center has been an integral part of our life, I literally grew up here, not only socially, but also spiritually, under the guidance of various spiritual leaders and esteemed dignitaries visiting Jain Center. My children attended Pathshala, winter camps, participated in cultural programs, made lifelong friends. This truly is our home away from home. I am in debt forever for JCSC. I would like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude serving JCSC. Here are some of my contributions to community. Teaching Pathshala for 20 years, teaching Jainism course at Claremont University since 2015, serving SRMB Los Angeles Central Lead since 2009. As a Jaina Director, I will contribute to the following initiatives. Connect Jaina, JCSC, and other Jain centers to North America to strengthen the bonds and develop unity. Share JCSC experience with Jaina, develop new innovative ideas. I promise I will execute my responsibility selflessly with honesty and integrity. I thank you for your blessings and support.
Thank you, Susma Ben. Now we'll call Yogesh Bhai Shah.
you again, Yogesh Shah for Jaina Board of Director. I served Jaina also before as a director one time. I was a part of very first Jaina convention here in the committee. And I also was part of few convention, Houston, and other as a fundraising committee. And also we have a convention here that I was a part of that committee. So I'm involved with the Jaina very much. This year, next Jaina coming in 2009, I'm the Jaina board, convention board member. So I know what is happening on that side, and I also very much involved in our Jain Center. And I like to make sure that Jain centers get all the good messages that Jaina is doing, because I've been asked so many times, a lot of people don't have a clue what Jaina actually is doing besides the convention. I want to break that and make sure we are connected and we know what is happening at Jaina. It is a small or big. If we have message come that Jaina is arranging yatra, we know that. But we don't know much of Jaina, what is happening. And I want to bring that to our center. And same way, make sure all other center has the messages goes out. Not only once every other year. And that's what I want to make sure the connection gets maintained and Jaina can go to the next level from where they are. They are globally involved, but I think they need to do more. And with all the connection experience we have, or I have, I want to make sure that we can help Jaina along with our Jain Center to go up next level. Thank you, and help me to get there so we can have what we try to get. Thank you.
Thank you, Yogesh Bhai. Now we have our last candidate for the Jaina directors, Ashok Pai Savla.
Jai Jinendra, Ashok Savla, running for Jaina director. With your love, support and trust, I have served Jain Center of Southern California for 10 years as a president, vice president and treasurer, and currently helping on the auto deduction since 2003. During our term, we had successful opening of this cultural center, Derasar, and a lot more other things. And we had a 2009 Jaina convention that was brought in after 20 plus years since the opening of Jaina in Southern California. A lot of people say they are a founding member of Jaina, but I can say that I was a founding young volunteer of Jaina when the Jaina was incepted in California, in Los Angeles. I want to take my experience to the next level at national being a Jaina director. My main focus is going to be support young Jains, YJA, YJP, and bring the Jain Milan, now they're going to call it as a Jain Connect, to Southern California, so we can help youngsters in our center also. Currently, I am helping them, their beautiful Jaina calendar that we get. I'm on the board, not on the board, but on the accommodation committee, handling the accommodation for all the attendees. With your support, I wanted to take my experience to the national level, and I hope to get your support. Jai Jinendra. Thank you.
Thank you all the BOD, EC committee, EC positions, as well as the Jaina director positions for giving talk about what you would like to do for when we got selected. So now I'll just go over and hand it over to Mr. Pramod Bhai for further what we are going to do.
Thank you all candidates. I think we're going to allow 5 minutes to all the audience or members. We have for their questions to write it down. We have already received some questions. So we have pen, paper, pencil there. If somebody wants to write down, let's give 5 minutes time. Anybody wants, they can turn it in. And then we will start reading the questions. And we will ask, we will draw the candidates' names whoever name is drawn, that candidate will answer. These questions will be specific to each category of the position, BOD, EC, and Jaina director. Please do not ask questions to specific candidate, all right? So can we just give 5 minutes and then we will start questions. All right, I think we can start the questions whatever have came. So I will ask Kaushal Shah to read the question, and we will draw the name, and all right, so we will read the question first, we will draw the name, and then we will read question one more time. So the candidates, whoever's name is drawn, they have again time to think of it to answer. Yeah, if you like to, it's your choice. You can. There is no fixed requirement, but it's your opportunity to be here. If your name is drawn, if you are not here, then we will select next candidates. But it is okay, if you want to. So with that, I will turn over to Kaushal Shah. He will read question.
Jai Jinendra, my name is Kaushal Shah. I'm really excited to be part of the election committee. We'll start with EC question. What volunteer work have you done for Jain Center, and what you can do for Jain Center if you get elected?
So we have first name drawn, Ajay Shah.
The question for EC is, what volunteer work have you done for Jain Center, and what you can do for Jain Center if you get elected?
Jai Jinendra. Good question. Whoever asked. And I'm so lucky to get my name here. I don't think I need to tell which department I have. I volunteer any single department, and as you know, anytime any programs here, the name you say, like starting the tiffin for the schools, starting the Bhojan Sala, helping in the food committee, helping in the Pratishtha line, the name you see. I'm not like, as I said in my speech, I'm not a specialist to doing any single department, but I am available at any place, anytime people need to me to represent to the committee for their question, their suggestion, or any problem. And we are trying to solve, the committee member, all the problems. And as I said, I'm ready to do the seva, any department. The department you say, I'm happy to do the seva. Thank you, Jai, and I hope whoever asked the question is good enough. Thank you.
One thing I forgot to mention, we have about 1.5 minutes to respond. It's okay, it's not your fault. To get more answers, more questions answered, so that's why limit to 1 minute and 30 seconds. Just somebody.
I want to make some general announcement and recommendation. This year and last year, serving as a BOD, I have found that quite a few times people who are in the EC and the BOD committee, they take vacation time, and sometimes they are away for a month, 2 months, and they are not able to do the function that they are elected to do the function over here. So I would like any one of you who have planned to take a month or 2 months of vacation and going away to India, I think you should disclose it other than a medical
illness is that you are forced to take the time off. I believe that if you are elected, you need to do the function over here and not be away from this place for a month, 2 months, 3 months. I think it is just fair to the Jain Center. And if you are planning to take the time off, you should disclose that now. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason Bhai. Now, yeah. The next question is basically the question is will be read, and this is for EC members, and basically it's for all. All you need to do raise hand, okay? Or if you agree to that, or just the question is.
Okay, so the new bylaws gives the EC candidate to appoint assistant secretary, assistant treasurer, and assistant public relations officer for 1 year. So the question is, will you serve for one of the positions if you are qualified and asked to serve, whether you are elected or not elected?
So basically, this is we want just raise hand whether you would serve if you some reason do not win the election. Will you serve?
If you don't get elected as PC candidate. Okay. So would you serve as assistant secretary, assistant treasurer, assistant public relations officer for 1 year, if you are qualified and asked to serve, whether you are elected or not elected as EC candidate?
So basically, the candidates who have raised their hands, they think if they are qualified and the EC BOD appoints them, they will serve whether they win or not. Okay?
Can you
just stand up, at least so they know. Okay. Order.
Only EC. It's a bylaw. Okay, the next question is again for EC. For EC candidate, our expensive sound system is not handled properly. There is sound problem every 10 minutes. How are our candidate going to solve the problem? And lucky candidate is Salim Dhani. Ah, that's a coincidence.
I'm not the right person. The problem with the sound is on multiple faults. Okay, we need volunteers who can spend time to do this work day in, day out. If they don't do it, we have something ad hoc, you don't learn it, it doesn't happen. We definitely have a reasonable sound system, but people need to put time here, do it. It's not just go and change certain settings, go up and down. So it has to be done where people have to come forward as volunteers and do it. That's the only way you can get it done. There is nothing else.
Alright, so now question for BOD candidates. Does new bylaws allow 3 candidates Jaina or 2 candidates of EC/BOD or 1 candidate no EC/BOD?
Okay. It does allow, it specifically says that there are 2 positions. This is a question to kind of election committee, it's not for the candidate, that's what we're saying. To just make it clear, the 2 candidates are with 2 years with EC, BOD or EC or BOD experience. And 1 position is specifically kept for candidates with no EC or BOD experience. So they are like within the Jaina, there are two for the people with experience physically and one without experience, okay?
Another question is for Jaina BOD, Jaina director. For Jaina candidate, why they do not follow on Jain rule, like to do job here? What can you do for that? Why you don't follow Jain rule for job here?
So we have Yogesh Shah's name is drawn to answer this question.
Jai Jinendra. As we all know, we impose at our center Ratri Bhojan very strictly, not that too long ago. And Jaina is doing the Ratri Bhojan thing, like they give teas, masalas, whatever after hours. There was a talk about it. I was in a couple of other convention, and we talked about it too. And that is one of the things that we will be discussing. As Jaswant Bhai said, the vegan and Ratri Bhojan. We will be both items, push it in Jaina and talk to other centers to join with us to have Jaina follow the Jainism rule, that basic rules we have. And if I be elected to go Jaina as a director or whoever get elected, I will request them personally too. And as I have directly connection with Jaina, I will make sure that this message get through and all other centers help us to participate in order to follow the Jainism Ratri Bhojan. Thank you.
So the next question is BOD. For our Jain Center, the question for BOD. Do you think that there should be any criteria for Pathshala teachers' appointment? If so, what? Do you think that should be any criteria for Pathshala teachers' appointment? If so, what?
Yogesh Shah. From the
I should go buy that $1.5 billion lotto ticket today. Anyway, we have our Pathshala going is great. This is one of the aspects that teachers, we know that we have teachers that come voluntarily. Sometimes we have to ask if it's a shortage to get the teachers from the community. We have the teachers training, the teachers, convention and all that. So we try everything, but still, in the quality of the teachers that we need, the basic thing is the knowledge of what we try to teach our kids. So when we appoint the teacher, we have to make sure that it is a language, if it is a Pathshala teacher, they know the material. And if they don't, they are willing to learn for the kids to teach them. And to give you an example, my own daughter, she went to Pathshala here, and my son also, Akash. She is taking the class right now, and I think what I heard, all the kids, they love her. Say she's the best teacher. She knows everything what she teaches. When she started, maybe not. But what she does her homework, she learned herself, and then she come to the class. Even the last class, she was studying for herself for the last 3 days before she come to class and make sure the material she absorbed, what she gonna teach to the kids. So basically, the training wise, I would say the teacher who come to help us, they should be willing to learn, and we have to emphasize that on all the teachers, on the teachers meeting or whatever, as a BOD or as a committee, whatever, we have to mingle with them and make sure that they are willing to learn and do the things right. Thank you.
Thank you, Yogesh. So next question is for EC candidate.
I think
it can be EC or BOD.
So here, this question is kind of applies to all three. So we will pick one candidate's name from each of the categories. So all the categories get chance. Question.
Okay, so the question is, will you follow bylaws changes which may not be appropriate to your views? Repeating, okay? Will you follow bylaws changes which may not be appropriate to your views?
First time I have drawn the name from EC, Ajay Khetani.
Question, can you repeat?
So, will you follow bylaws changes which may not be appropriate, which may be not appropriate to your values?
Bylaws are bylaws, that's why it's known as law, besides the views and opinions. Even though we have different opinions, once the laws are decided, that it is our sheer duty to follow all the laws.
Thank you. Now we will, from the BOD, Mahesh Shah.
Shall I repeat the question?
As you all know that the bylaws changes were accepted by general body, meaning the Jain Center community has accepted all the changes in the bylaws. Having said that, if all the changes are approved by the community, then they become the bylaws. We still yet to have published the new bylaws. That's probably going to happen soon. Once the bylaws are published, they are cast in concrete. Whether I, as a BOD member, agree or disagree, we must respect all the bylaws that are accepted by the community. I hope I answered it.
From Jaina director, lucky person is Virendra Shah.
Jai Janendra. On often time, my wife and I don't agree on many of the things. It doesn't matter if it is kitchen or household things, she rules. But as you said, the land of the law is the bylaw. I may agree, I may not agree, that's my personal view. But when I come in an institution, you need to follow what is the land of the law. So yes, irrespective, sometimes we don't like it, and there has been instances, and I stand up and I pointed out that we are changing the bylaw not according to the bylaw. So it's very important that it's a collective decision, we follow it. Thanks.
So the next question is for BOD. Do you think the Pathshala curriculum needs to include more about our Jain rituals and sutras? Do you think the Pathshala curriculum needs to include more about our Jain rituals and sutras?
So we have drawn the name Vipin Bhai Varacha.
One more time.
Do you think the Pathshala curriculum needs to include more about our Jain rituals and sutras?
Yes, I do agree with it. But that should not be the only thing. I think it should be varieties of the things that kids should be learning. Some sutras are good, rituals are always good, and yes, we do need to teach them, and I believe they are teaching them right now. I have seen young kids doing lots of rituals, and some kids are learning sutras, and yes, it should be part of the Pathshala curriculum. Thank you.
Thank you, Vipin. So the next question will be for EC candidate. What is the biggest obstacle causing a disconnect between the youth and Jain Center? And how do you plan to resolve that issue and re-engage the youth? Let me repeat. What is the biggest obstacle, problem, causing a disconnect between the youth and Jain Center? And how do you plan to resolve the issue and re-engage the youth?
We have drawn the name Jignesh Mehta.
I'm glad that whoever asked this question, I'm really expecting these questions actually. So that being said, then how do you engage? Any way you want. We need turn, one and done. We just don't need one area. So once again, let's say some ritual things is happening. You are interested in ritual, any ritual committee, anybody who's here participating in ritual committee, they have to make sure that at least two young Jains are participating with them. Let's say it's a donation committee, Yogestar. When you do the Giboli or anything else, make sure at least 2 young Jains are coming with you so they know and they can carry forward our cultural values to the next generation. So now the program being said, I request each and every committee member in future and going forward, at least include a couple young Jains after the Pathsala, and I started from today. Well, Mehul, can you please stand up today? He called me yesterday for the professional help, which I was talking to him, and I said that tomorrow is the meeting. Will you please come and at least participate? Tomorrow you're going to be here, but unless you don't participate there, you're not going to be here. And this is the what I'm expecting from after the Pathsala, and that's what we need for our future.
Right, so you have one more question for EC candidate. Any new proposal or idea you have to introduce for future of JCSC? For future of JCSC, any new idea, any project or any proposal you have?
Ramesh Bhai's name was drawn, so he's not here. Who will draw another candidate? We have Sanjeev Jain.
There's your chance.
That's why I'm a rookie, right? So, knowing that there are so many projects going on at this point in time, JCSC, when we are acquiring like new properties and where we are talking about putting some discipline in the parking structures as well as RSVPs and all, I would recommend that there are many people in our EC committee. We have a lot many experience towards the management and executing because we all bring some different kind of experience. We can pick any project, but before we pick any project and take it to the full execution, we really need to think it through that how exactly is it going to suffice our need or capacity for next 50 years. We're not going to like 2 years, 10 years, 5 years, not 15. We need to think 50 years because that's the developed nations category. That's how our thought process should be. Not many times you just work as a firefighter, like to solve the problem and get going for the next project. Let's just get the project going. But once you think it through and plan it, and then you think about like a 50 years plan, I guarantee that that project will serve the need for future generation and help our JCSC to save a lot more money, a lot more effort, and a lot more pain. So that's where the help would be. Thank you.
I think the next question, whoever wrote, I think they didn't say, but I think it applies to all 3 categories. And we will take one candidate from each category.
Okay, so the question says, only a few have been donated. 3 or 4 donors on this this question. So, like what I interpret, like our Jain Center is getting all the huge amount,
only from 3 or 4 big donors. That's what I analyze on this. How are we going to collect the funds? Can any of the 3 candidates answer?
I think, so yeah, we have selected from the EC candidate, Bhavi Modi. Basically, the question is how would you get other people to donate, and that's a kind of
so the whole Jain Center get involved, including youth, old, everybody contribute.
So I'm over. ચાદર કરતા બી મારા પગ લાંબા કરું છું. Is that person here that does the same thing? Thank you.
From BOD, Hitesh said.
Jaina. Usually in all the organization, if you see, it's 80-20 rules. Wherever you go, it's 80-20 rules, where 20% of the people who donate and 80% who kind of stay back. But we need to start with something where all these young who are professionals right now, we need to get them involved with our Jain Center. So that was one of my goals, to kind of bring these professionals together and bring this to make our third phase where they can come and donate and be part of it and make them believe that this is their own. That's the main thing. If they think that this is mine, then they'll give. If they think they are just coming over here and this not belong to them, then they will not donate. So first thing is to just make them believe that this is their own center, and that's how they're going to donate. Thank you.
So we have from Jaina director Sushma Parekh.
I think we can collect money from young students. Was it the question? What's the question? From the young overall. Okay. I think one of the idea would be having gala event. We just went to a gala event for some other hospital fundraising, where we had invited some inspirational speaker and some performances there, and giving some young people with their own experience talking about it, what they have done to bring the money. So we had 3 speakers, young, from age 10 to 20. They talked about their experience about hospital. Then we had inspirational speaker. With all that thing, we raised $1 million in that gala. So certain those kind of things we can do, or we can bring some kind of activities that we can play here. There are different ideas we can get everyone involved. And the other thing is important. We want to really express, what we can do with that money. How we going to help, whoever is in the community. It has to be catered all across all the members, rather than if you just say we're going to put in the education or Jivdai and all that thing. So whatever money we collect, how we can use it, and then just have inspiration, having some general events. Thank you.
So I think we have selected one from each one. That's fine. I think the next question came under Jaina director, but it also probably applies to our Jain Center. So we will have first Jaina director answer. So the question is, what do you propose to introduce for Pathshala curriculum? I know Jaina has education committee, so I think this probably goes into, because they have some Jaina Pathshala curriculum and all that. And this also applies to our Jain Center local Pathshala. So again, I will read the question. What do you propose to introduce for Pathshala curriculum? Jaina director. Dr. Jaswantbhai Modi.
As far as the Pathshala is concerned, This year I have started few things a little differently. If I understand it correctly, our Pathshala curriculum, according to Silas Bhai, it is modeled according to the Jaina approved Pathshala curriculum. Number two, we need to see that the Pathshala curriculum, it fits to our basic Jain principles. And in terms of that, here at the local center, there are a few things that we are trying to do or we have put into effect. This year beginning, I believe now every class has a TV. It has an Apple TV. We asked them to digitize the curriculum, which probably would be available online as well. And we need to ask youth to see what they would like to see as well. As far as the Pathshala teachers are concerned, we want to make sure that all the teachers, they are well versed into digital age and era so that they can communicate with the young generation. But as far as the Pathshala is concerned, it's a work in progress. And we will continue to make changes to make Jain Pathshala in the 21st century. And to that effect, any suggestion that you have it, please bring it to any one of us or to myself, and we will think outside the box and we'll try to see that that is implemented. Thank you very much.
Thank you. This concludes our today's election candidates meeting and Q&A. We from the election committee we want to thank all the candidates. Good luck to them, and also to the audience who came and to listen to them and ask questions. We have tried to cover as many questions as we can cover. Some we thought probably may not be clear, so we have not included, but I think it covers pretty well, covers all sides, and thank you again. There is a, I think Ajay Bhai, this is so we are concluding our election program, but there is one announcement related to some volunteers, so I will just give to Ajay Bhai.
Jai Jinendra, I have a big request to the AV team. Please, this announcement continues on the YouTube or whatever we are going to do. Please.
It's on right now.
We are keeping very first time November 3rd. November 3rd, we are keeping very first time in the Jain Center to the volunteer recognition and appreciation to all people who did the seva for this Jain Center. Right now, as per my understanding, it's hundreds of people are doing the work backside of the stage, and we want to bring those all people in the front. We need those numbers converted in the thousands in the next year. Right now we are in hundreds. Please, whoever did any seva for this Jain Center, any single time, please come forward and send name to us. We have a 3-people committee, myself, Adil Shah, Pinal Doshi, and Kalpesh Javeri. Somehow Kalpesh Javeri is out of town, and I believe Pinal Doshi is engaged with the other meetings in a Jain Center. Please come forward, send us a name, and what you did any single time. This is not like you do every day. Any single time, any seva you did, please come forward, send us the name, your contact number, and what you did. Thank you, and Jai Jinendra. Thanks.
Now, there is a lunch being served. People who are not being available, there is a food outside of the dining area. So that concludes our program.
On behalf of all of us, I thank you, Election Committee, Dr. Diptiben Doshi, Mr. Pramod Bhai Shah, and Kushal Bhai. And at the same time, I thank you on behalf of all of us to AV Committee. Thank you.
I also want to bring up one general comment. As all of you know, that the veganism has become, I take it to the heart. And this week, there is an Economist magazine that I don't know anybody of you reading it. I have an article in which there is a cover page article, Veganism on Rise. And they have given a different vision. It's a 4-page article, and I'm going to have this send it out to everybody via our email address. And we should promote that as much as we can. The second thing, dairy-free product. If you look at the general announcement in the US, the dairy industry is in trouble. There is too much dairy production, but people are not using it. And thanks to all of you and all of us, we will continue that process going forward. And the last but not the least, as Ajay said it, this is the first time we will be appreciating all the volunteers on November the 3rd. We appreciate a lot of people, a lot of activities going on. Nothing can happen without volunteers. We have the volunteers in a different department. And those of you who have not submitted the name, whether you have served as a volunteer now or in the past, please give us a chance, give us a name so that we have a compilation. We want to recognize and appreciate each and everybody's help. That would be great, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. We will conclude with an
We'd like to thank Hemant Bhai Doshi for timekeeping and giving everybody flag when time's over. Thank you.
Namo Sitaram, Namo Aryanam, Namo Vachayanam, Namo Isavasamunam, Esho Panchanamukaro, Sarvabhava Pranashano, Mandalanam Cha Samvesi,